Hey Reeves, what's the best way to stick to a healthy whole plant food diet forever?
Making it easy, simple, and fast.
We are all about that here at Well Your World. Let's talk about time management and how you can use it to your advantage. Hey everybody, this is Dylan.
And this is Reeves.
We are here to talk about time management because everything Well Your World does is about making your diet and lifestyle so easy, fast, not requiring any thought, that you can actually stick to it forever without it feeling like it's gotten hard.
When people think about time management, they think about sitting down with planners and calendars and trying to think ahead. And our way of solving that is by inherently building them into our easy recipes, our time-saving products, and eliminating the need to think ahead about anything at all. And maybe you guys don't even realize we're doing it, so we're here to sit down and tell you that we are definitely doing that for you.
We've got a top 5 time management tips, maybe even a couple bonuses, but I'm so glad you brought that up because we really don't plan ahead. The system we've created for ourselves and in all of our videos for you is a system where everything's always just ready. You don't have to think ahead for this or that, even though you may have some cooking to do. The food might not be ready, but getting it to the point where it's ready is so fast and easy, and you didn't have to sit down with a pad of paper, a pencil, and all of this sweat.
Pretty much we've made every single product and recipe ready for a food emergency.
But not everybody has our products, so let's talk about what you can do in your kitchen to save time, make this really easy so that it's not just a fad diet for you, it's one that you actually stick to, the healthiest way of eating, and it'll become your lifelong way of doing things. That will lead to actual health and feeling well all the time, getting the life that you deserve. Number 1, what's it gonna be, Reeves?
Try to use the same or similar ingredients just all the time, really.
Just make one simple shopping list where you almost don't even have to make a list because it's memorized. You know what things you always have in stock because they go with all of our recipes that we make in our videos, in our cookbooks. They're all recipes that use pretty much all the same simple ingredients that any grocery store will have. Definitely try to use the same things over and over in different ways. On our live cooking show all the time, we show different recipes that have very similar ingredients, but look completely different when they're all done and taste completely different too.
What would you say to people that worry about eating a wide variety to get, you know, maybe like every single nutrient in or something like that?
We eat a wide variety. Simple ingredients still provide a wide variety of nutrition, flavor. How many non-starchy veggies, like all of the things that add flavor to the dish, carrots, celery, onion, all of the greens, garlic, all the herbs and spices. These are all very low calorie foods. They provide tons of nutrition, and there's no way that you're only just gonna pick one and that's gonna be your ingredient. You need lots of variety, but the nice thing is they're all very easy to get.
And it's never like a problem if I look at something in the store, think I need it and didn't, and now I have too much of it. So many various ways that you can use up ingredients, so it's never an issue. We have a ton of recipes that are just for the sole purpose of clearing out your fridge. So you're never really at risk of something going bad, which leads us to our next point. Make a simple shopping list, that was it, but also don't rely on these meal planners to do the work for you. If you have to have somebody else tell you your shopping list, then you're gonna get into trouble. I know, oh, I'm a beginner and therefore it's helpful to get started. That may be, but you can watch our videos. They're perfectly helpful to get started. You don't need an expensive meal planner that's gonna spit out 28 different meals and actually maybe more than that you've gotta feel like you're on a schedule with these meals. A much easier way is to download our meal rotator. We'll put a link down below for that because it is such a helpful guide. Instead of having 30 recipes to pick from, or not even pick from, you're pretty much forced to do it. Monday's this, Tuesday's that, and if anything gets in the way and you skip a meal here or skip a meal there, your schedule's all messed up, you've got food you're not gonna use. The meal planners are a recipe for disaster because you need to impress yourself, and this is just opening you up to making mistakes. So you need to get to a point where you've got it memorized. Pick 5, 7, no more than 10 meals and do them on repeat. Make little cards, put them on your fridge, in your pantry, and you wanna make sure all of those meals pull from the ingredients that you have on your normal everyday shopping list so that you know you've got them in stock. I've told Reeves before, open that door, look at the cards, pick any item off of there. I guarantee you we've got it in stock. I lose that bet every time. Number 3, make extra food while you're cooking. Make a double batch, make a triple batch. Especially in this family, we both love to eat a huge volume, so if we're not doubling or tripling it, we don't have any leftovers. Leftovers are such a blessing to have because it means you have lunch or dinner the next day. And if you're you're already cooking and chopping everything, it's minimal effort to double or triple a recipe you're already doing as opposed to getting the stuff out for that recipe multiple times.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more. This is great for two reasons. One, leftovers, but also making a double batch is great if you're gonna make like a big pot of no chicken noodle soup in the morning and then you just wanna sip off of it all day. You're gonna go through a whole batch on your own for your meals for that day, and then it's so nice to have leftovers. You can either freeze it if you don't wanna eat it the next day, or you do what we do and you just eat it the next day until it's empty, because I can't get sick of a meal after 2 days.
If you're getting bored of a meal after one sitting, maybe that meal comes off of your pantry door and you put a different one on, like a potato corn chowder in our meal rotator. I could eat that every day without getting sick of it.
There is some culture involved too. It's not just our taste buds get sick of a meal. It's that we think that leftovers are this inferior thing. If I have leftover from a meal that I made, then I guess I'll deal with it tomorrow. But that is not how you should look at it. You should think, wow, leftovers, great. That saves me some time and energy tomorrow. So what I'm trying to say is lower your standards, I guess. Don't be so fancy that you have to have a fresh new meal every single day. Most people just don't realize, like, you don't need a multi-course meal with an entree and a bunch of sides. You can just make one pot of something and eat it for days. And we're not even saying eat it for days. Eat it for a couple days.
Don't be so fancy. I was afraid to say it, but I'm glad you did.
Here we go, number 4. What is it, Reeves?
Number 4 is to rely on recipes that don't require a lot of advanced thinking or prep. Take a look at our channel. Take a look at our 10-minute meals, 20-minute or less meals, our dump and go recipes, the ones where we put it in the Instant Pot, turn it on, and forget about it. Our freezer recipes, potato corn chowder, like I said again, is a 10-minute meal. You dump everything in a pot, you turn it on, and you walk away. That's the kind of recipes that we rely on every day, and you should too, because we don't have a lot of time and bandwidth with everything we have going on in life to be thinking and using our brain energy about what we're gonna have for dinner.
Just knowing that I have to make a meal and I'm gonna have to think about it is enough to throw a lot of people off course, and then they go and get some fast food thing or whatever it is. If you know that you can put together, for example, the potato corn chowder in a matter of minutes, and it's just a freezer bag of this, a freezer bag of that, a couple of herbs and spices out of the pantry, and boom, you're done. You're gonna take that on because it's not a challenge anymore. To use your time in a smart way, when you really wanna chop, then chop. That's great. Those are the times when you should chop. But when you really don't want to, telling yourself that you have to do it is not a good solution for your system. When you feel like you don't wanna put effort into the meal, then don't. Go get the freezer things and make that meal work for you.
I feel like this one plus having the kind of the same things on hand all the time are what works hand in hand to make it really easy and simple. And our recipes, I mean, we have recipes like stuffed pepper soup. You can make stuffed pepper soup instead of stuffing peppers and baking. Just making it really easy, getting those same flavors you enjoy, but eliminating the steps.
Number 5, we already touched on this, but it is so important that it does need a number of its own, and that is to pick a very small number of recipes and put them somewhere where you can see them very quickly. Not in a binder that you have to open. That usually doesn't work for people unless you're really seasoned, but you need a visual. It's just gotta be right in your face. Put it on the inside of your pantry door, right on the fridge door, whatever it is. Just make it so that you can just, boom, they're right there in your face, and you're only picking from a select few number of recipes. Fewer recipes is way safer if you want sustainability. Trying to cook a different meal for every meal of the day and every day of the week is absolutely going to derail you, I promise.
You know, people always give out that advice for beginners, but it's not really a tip for beginners. It's a tip for everybody.
The people who really do this well are the ones who've been doing it for a while. To think that you're, as a total beginner, going to pick 5 meals that you absolutely love, you already know every little bit about the flavors that you enjoy on this way of eating. Because, okay, yeah,
I liked carrots on a standard American diet and I still like carrots.
that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the spices and the herbs and how much you have to increase them when you're not adding a bunch of salt and oil. So it is hard for beginners to figure out the exact meal rotation that they should be on, and that's why we make them to make it easier for you. You can click down below and get our meal rotator.
This was my personal journey, followed like a storyline of a book. I didn't know how to cook. I microwaved potatoes, and then I wanted to try every fancy recipe that ever existed. And then at the end of the day, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go back to microwaving potatoes.
Starting really, really basic and just erasing all cultural knowledge of food is a really good way to start.
Number 6 is to cut corners when you can. We have tons of kitchen hack videos that show you how to eliminate steps from recipes you may already love and enjoy and just make it super simple when you're cooking and not be so fancy. You know, skip the saute step if you're in a hurry.
Cut corners everywhere you can. The only way you're gonna be able to tell a difference is in that moment if you're doing a taste test between the two versions, but you won't because you only made one version of the recipe and you're not gonna notice a difference. Maybe you just dump everything in the pot, turn it on, get back to work, and come back when it's finished. The Well Your World cooking method, it is quite unique in that it is very simple. There are not a lot of cooking techniques that we use in our videos, in our live cooking show. We just keep it really basic. If you do try to use something that's too fancy over and over and over, it often will knock you right off and push you back into standard American eating. So be careful.
Number 7.
A 7 bonus?
Ooh, bonus.
Use our products. Our products were made for this very thing. We aren't selling you pasta sauce. I'm selling you time. It's all about saving time. You can make the pasta sauce because I put the recipe right on our YouTube channel. But if I made it for you, I put it in a jar and all you gotta do is crack it open and boil some pasta, then I just saved you a lot of time. The purpose of our products is to save you time without compromising on flavor or your health. All of our products are SOS free. All of our products are made to be fast and simple to use. So do that and you'll save even more time.
Well Your World cheese and macaroni saves us all the time, but it's also just so delicious.
Yeah, our cheese sauce is amazing. And yes, our products save you money too, because if time is money, then we save you a lot of time. How many times have I made mac and cheese or pasta and sauce because I want to get back to playing with the kids? So go enjoy your life, enjoy your family without compromising your health by saving time and sticking to this diet forever.
Thanks for watching this video. We'll see you on the next one.
Bye.